with the star to the Ace of Cups, it's gonna feel like, wow, I cannot believe that, like, I cannot even believe that this person loves me so much. I cannot believe that we are able to understand each other so much. What is up, Scorpios? What's going on? Like I promised, if you were in extended yesterday in the previous one that I posted where we did end of May, I'm going to do something a little bit different this month for the month of June. I'm going to start with two energies that I've seen in the extended. This is something that came up, and the reason why I'm taking these two cards and sort of like we're gonna start expanding as we move into your June reading is because, first of all, this is the card that's called Seven Star Sisters, which is Pleiades, and we are going to have planetary movements in that place in the month of June. And it's also, it came up with the Three of Cups. So in general, basically yesterday I was doing such a long reading. I think YouTube reading was long and extended was really long too. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's from the previous video on this channel. So we started seeing June energy, but I was so exhausted because it was like more than 1 hour already I was reading. I was like, we're gonna start the June reading with this energies. So here we are. We're gonna of course take new cards and everything, but we're gonna start with these two energies for the months of June. Watch this video if you're Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising. Links to everything. I think I have some private readings open. I'm closing everything for the summer, but I have a few spots still open, so check it out. If you want your reading, you know, in the next months or so. So I'm meaning like whatever you book, if you want to schedule it while it's still open. And what else? Yeah, everything's in the description box of this video. What do I want to say here? Yeah, let's get started, guys. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget, if you are not subscribed, to subscribe. Last time I was checking, it was like only 30% of you guys watching subscribe, so it will really help me out, you know, if you can subscribe and give this video a big like. And anyway, let's get started. So we have the Three of Cups with the Seven Star Sisters. I'm getting there is a sense of a celebration of a big energy coming into your life where you are gathering. I feel like if you're, let's say, are currently more of a lone wolf, let's put it this way, maybe you just, we all go, I think, especially as a Scorpio energy, you definitely been through a time in your life where you've been disappointed in people. Maybe your friends were kind of fake, maybe you just really didn't feel understood that well by people around you. It could be a million different reasons. And if you especially recently been going through a bit of a more of a time period where you closed off yourself to others, maybe consciously, you just really wanted to go through some kind of spiritual journey, maybe you just wanted to focus on yourself, maybe you just, I don't know, relocated to a different city, different country, and it took you some time, you know, to kind of get situated. Whatever the reason may be, if you've been sort of like more isolated lately, maybe even for like world reasons or whatever, I really see in the months of June that you're gonna start coming together with your soul tribe. Now, for many different people, it could mean here different things. It could be people just in the same healing journey as you. It could be, I'm seeing specific scenario for some of you guys who are like entrepreneurs who want to start your own venture of some sort, that you are coming together with, especially I see feminine energy, to be honest, of course could be masculine as well if you're masculine. But I see more for feminine energy sort of coming together with like-minded women and starting, I don't know, some kind of retreats together, starting some kind of holistic practices together, something in wellness. I really see, like, I'm even seeing for some of you, you're joining a group. You are joining kind of like a group, you know, those like, not WhatsApp groups, I don't know what I'm saying. But you know, like when you are, what do you call these things? When you are, let's say, taking a coaching session with like number of people or joining a class of somebody together with different people. And you know how sometimes you're in a coaching group, but you also kind of get, a friend of mine is actually doing something similar. You get like a group chat as well and those kind of things. I really see you basically if you had some kind of idea even before, and you just felt like maybe you didn't have resources of your own, or like you just lacked motivation, or it was just very hard to do something that you wanted to do alone. Basically in the months of June, I see you meeting people who, whatever your idea is, like whether it's a business, whether it's creative, whether it's all together, something like a mixture of different things, I see you in the months of June being able to manifest and meet people who have same dreams as you, who want to basically do same things as you. So once again, if you felt like you were lonely because maybe you didn't want to do like, you know, there was like not even stupid friendships or fake friendships, but you know, sometimes you are friends with people, but you can see that they're like not aligned to where you want to go. Like they have the way they pass their time, let's say the things they do in their life, you're like, you want something else. And it's very true. One thing I've learned from like all successful people that I know, like at least let me put it this way, from the younger ones, like those who are in their 20s and their 30s, even in their 40s, like all the younger successful people that I know, they really were selective, like who they were connecting with, not in a way like, oh, I want to be with you only because you have good education or you're smart, but more like you have a passion, right? You wake up every day, you're trying to make something happen. It's always more productive to stay in a group of same people who have same sort of like goals, right, as you, and try to make happen same kind of things. So I'm getting like, if let's say your environment, whether it's your work group or whether people around you are holding you back in any way, somehow in the month of June you are meeting people who are going to lift you up. And like, if let's say you've been stuck before, maybe you couldn't make a transition in career and everybody around you already transitioned and changed something at least a little bit, but here you are still in the same place, you have no idea how to move there, it feels like everyone is moving up, you're the only person sort of left behind. I'm feeling like in the months of June you'll finally meet those people who are going to, I don't want to say push you forward, but it's going to feel like a push forward because of those people, because you're finally connecting with people who see the world the same way as you do. And it's not going to feel like, oh my God, they're going to backstab me or anything, because it's just going to be people who have same goals as you are. They are not there necessarily to take or to give, but they are like on a same mission as you. I don't know if you've ever seen that picture of like bunch of lions, you know, together, and there is like a quote, it was like popular in the internet a few years ago, something like, surround yourself with those on the same mission as you. Like it's really crazy, but it's really standing out stronger. It also could be that you are connecting in a spiritual way, in a creative way. Maybe there's a holiday, some kind of gathering that you're attending, and there is really something here where you come alive. You basically blooming because of that. Anyway, let's start a little bit here with tarot, and then we'll go. There's a few more messages that I want to show that came up yesterday, but let's just expand here. Months of June, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Oh my God, cannot believe this. Look at this, by the way. Usually, as you guys know, I don't really like to take too much what do you call it, reverse cards, but here it's interesting the way they literally jumped out, fell out, if you will. Four of Swords is reversed, Ten of Pentacles upright. We did have, now that we pulled this, I can bring this up, we did pull yesterday in your extended this combination, which I thought was crazy. There was the Magician, Ace of Pentacles, Death, and Ten of Pentacles. And we talked about this, how you are like really being offered to step into something very powerful, like really stop playing small. Maybe you consciously, you know how sometimes we all do what they call it, disappear, right, for a while, where you don't really want to do same old small kind of shit, like you're ready for something big, but you know you have to sort of prepare and make yourself even invisible before you have your big like reinvention of self or whatever. Could be for some of you something like that, but for others it could be that maybe you just took a break. Maybe it's like it doesn't have to be so deep always necessarily, even though, you know, with Scorpios never know. With the Four of Swords, maybe you just focused on healing yourself, like healing your body, taking a break, you know, doing something where you were really withdrawn into your own world, not so much out there. Maybe even you had like more of an activation, you know. Last year, especially Scorpios had so much energy in their fourth house. Now, you know, Saturn's still there, but we have other planets, you know, moving into other parts of your chart. So I really feel like there is a transition from being very secluded, sort of like away from the world, focus on your own healing, into really with the Ten of Pentacles, manifestation, opportunities, and being really out there. What's interesting in astrology as well, right? 4 is the lowest point of our chart, the fourth house, the IC point, literally the very bottom of our chart. And then 10, which is here, 10 of Pentacles, right? 10 is the very top of our chart, our MC or midheaven point, the 10th house. So I feel like you're going from being sort of like hidden being in your own world into starting to rise again in the society, starting to rise again when it comes to your goals, plans, and ambitions. I'm going to take this deck. This is, I believe, the Astro Tarot, to take a few more messages about this, because there is a very big opportunity. I feel like it's financially something that's going to change your life forever, meaning, you know, not like get rich quick or anything, but more like you starting a path, or you finally taking a leap of faith towards certain journey, or finally starting to see yourself in a different way, which really allows you to reach higher. Maybe there was something where you had a belief about yourself that, you know what, no, I'm not ready, but something happened that maybe even shocked you, and you understood that no, I cannot waste my life. I have to like really make sure I do the things that I wanted when I came into this world. Okay, look at this. We have Knight of Swords with a Magician card. So yeah, it's almost like you've been stagnant for a while. You've been really, I don't know, like in the same place, not much was going on, and suddenly with the Knight of Swords, with the Magician, you are like, let's do this. I want to manifest this new beginnings. I'm going for the things that I know I can't have. Let me see here. We have the Page of Cups with the Five of Wands. Also, for some of you, you are realizing that maybe you were paying attention to the wrong thing. It could be whatever. It could be a relationship drama. It could be just wasting your energy, not being very conscious in terms of how you use your energy. And I feel like there's something here. It's very sudden. Like suddenly, it's almost like you wake up one morning and you see the world different. This could happen with Scorpio, by the way. Sudden changes, especially now that Mercury, which is the ruler, the lord of your 8th house, which is Gemini, especially for Scorpio rising, but Sun and Moon will feel it too. It's retrograde in Gemini, entering Taurus. There is a sense here where you could just wake up one day and you could see yourself in a different light. You could see the world in a different light. Whatever were the things, maybe the thoughts, the feelings that you had, where, you know, I was actually just watching this, I think it was Sadhguru or somebody, like it was just a YouTube video, where a person was saying, just like, make this exercise, wake up every morning and sort of like surrender your conclusions. Don't think, like, forget what you think about yourself or situations or people, like just look at everything fresh. So there's something like that happening with you, where I feel like one morning or one day, doesn't matter, you just kind of find yourself feeling different, like nothing is the same anymore. So we have that, and I feel like it's very sudden with the Page of Cups here. It's very sudden. The World, yeah, there seems to be like and we've seen this a while ago, the old chapter sort of like closing, the new beginning, but there is a sense of completion now. Maybe there was like a transition period. I feel like it was in this past 6 months, maybe 12 even months, past year for some of you, where really the old chapter of your life was over, but it took you some time to literally catch up with that. Maybe you really needed to take a break. You really needed to sort of pause, and for a while you were asking yourself, but when will this next career chapter come? Like, I know what I'm doing, for example, right now brings me some cash or some money, or, you know, helps me to pay bills, but I know that like I gotta do something else. I know that like I'm destined for more. I know that I'm capable of more. So if, let's say, for a while you just sort of been, you know, resting, gathering your energy, but you were wondering, but what is it? What is the next thing? What is the next step? What is the next journey? I feel like it's coming now. It could be applied for some of you even about a relationship. Like maybe you've been single for a while and you're like, so where is the like new chapter? I'm ready for dating. Or it could be like you exited like previous relationship, so you're like, okay, so where's like this new chapter? And anyway, look at this, the World with a Star, big Aquarius energy, by the way, for some of you. I'm just getting that there is going to be a sense of being blessed and being guided. Maybe there has been this internal connection that you've had with the universe, that you had with your higher self, that you've lost for a while. I'm seeing you, like, nakedness in tarot usually represents purity. So here for you, I feel like there is a cleansing moment where you might forgive someone or something, or maybe it's not even through forgiveness. I just see is for all of you, it's going to be in a different way, but there's something about being cleansed, so to say, and making a big move. I see some of you might even travel to Egypt. This is my Egypt card. We have Ace of Cups with the Hierophant, with the Ace of Swords, with the Hanged Man, and with the Justice card. Let's take one more with Six of Cups. If you've been taking care of someone, or even if it's not like taking care. Maybe it's more of like you really just being helping. I hate word helpful because it's like a little, I don't know, little, like when I hear, I don't know, maybe it's because English is not my first language, but like when I hear word helpful, I see it's something like a pet, helpful pet or something. But when you're helping, I feel like it's a better word, more dignified or something. I don't know. I'm just getting like, especially if you've been helping people, if you've been there for others, it's like there's been a lot of this karma, if you will. I don't really like that word, throw it around like that. But there is a sense of maybe also like you releasing something where you've completed your job or your work, maybe in certain field. Sometimes we come to work in a certain field while we only meant to be there for a short period of time because we are there. I don't know, maybe it's a field or work where we are able to help a lot of people, but like as soon as we close that karma, as soon as we complete that, we are ready to move on to something else. So I see a situation for some of you like that, like maybe you work in some kind of, I don't know, medical office or like whatever. It could be any kind of job, honestly. And you've completed something there and you're moving on. Again, if it's not about job, it could just be there was a phase of your life where you were helping others in some way. And I'm getting that this is like with the Justice card especially, there is something here that's been completed, like, and I feel like it's very fair. I also see, even though I don't do so much of like Indian system of Mahadasha, I see some of you going to be moving into your Saturn Mahadasha soon, or you already are in it. And I feel like all the good deeds you've done, sort of like all the good things you've done for others, basically is a very good thing because it's gonna like have a lot of things in your favor. Like sometimes people say, oh, Saturn Mahadasha, oh my God, it's so scary, but actually not. It really all depends on the things you kind of like have done for others, or not even for others, just in general, like sort of your previous deeds. I don't know where I'm going with this. They're taking me somewhere crazy now. Anyway, let's get grounded for a second. We have the Hierophant here by Ace of Cups and Ace of Swords. I feel like relationships could be, I feel like when it comes to a relationship, you want a fresh start. So whether you are single or in a connection, and again, all my readings could be for different people. So like, let's say, for example, yesterday I was doing a reading, there was a specific connection that there seemed to be, like people who were dealing with a specific situation, might have been not yours. So now this is, again, a little bit different. Okay, so here I feel like whether you're in a relationship or whether you're just dating or whether you're single, there is a sense of like you wanting to have a fresh start and do something different this time. With the Hierophant, you want to respect some kind of rules, but I don't think that this is necessarily strictly a religion or something like that, even though for some of you it could be. Maybe some of you want to, like, I've seen this actually happen a few times in my life, and in my practice, where let's say a person would be dating different cultures, like different than their own, but then there would be a moment they would really want a person from their culture. Sometimes it happens in a reverse way. Other times people like date their own culture, but then they suddenly want a different culture. Like there is something for just some of you where you want to date either your religion or your culture, just for some of you. For others of you, I feel like with the Hierophant card, you have a set of rules, which is not a bad thing. It's good to know what you want. Like, let's say I don't want to date somebody like much older than me or much younger than me. Like maybe you have like an idea, oh, I want a person my own age. Maybe I want a person who looks this way and that way. Like, but again, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just getting with a Hierophant. You have certain idea of what you want when it comes to your life, with your love life. And even if, let's say, you are with someone already, I feel like there is also certain idea of how you want to be treated, what you want. Again, not a bad thing whatsoever. Hierophant is following some kind of set of rules, things that feel right. If something doesn't feel right, for example, right, like if, let's say, I just want to make an example that's not offensive. If, like, let's say that you are of certain culture and you have certain religious beliefs, and it would be hard for you to marry a person who, let's say, is very far away from that and would not be able to, like, participate in some kind of cultural things than you participate. It's totally normal to not, even if you like a person, again, like maybe for some people it's even secondary thing, whether they like or not like a person. They know that maybe they want to do certain things with a person together. Some people just really, like for me, for example, like it's been especially recently, because since I moved to Florida, I saw like so many people with like very big age difference, and I was like, oh my God, like would never be able to do that, you know, just. So like for different people, it's different things, right? But it's okay to have expectations, you know, in terms of what you want from a partner. Like you can be as open-minded as you want, but at the end of the day, you know, there are certain things in life, right? We need to have freedom of choice there, right? Like in America, we have, what do we have? Like, I forget what freedoms we're supposed to have. Freedom of religion, right? I don't know, I'm forgetting things. Do we still have freedom? But anyway, that's another question. But like, let's just say you want, I mean, you can totally want, let's say, a partner who is this and this and that. Again, like sometimes it depends really also, I guess, like to divert here for a second, it also depends which place you're coming from, because like I've seen this in my life where people want, let's say, their partner to look certain way, and it's just so purely in entitlement. Like, you know, I see this like, you know, I'm probably gonna get hate for this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I see this in men, especially where, you know, they feel entitled to only, let's say, be together with a young woman or super good looking woman. And let's just say a guy is 20 years old, he's dating 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 20-year-old, you know, like, and it's just like, in my opinion, you know, of course, we can always fall in love with any kind of age, right? It's like a soul connection that matters. But like, I've seen sometimes so much in terms of, you can tell that it's not coming, you know, basically from a soul connection, it's coming from entitlement. Like, I want a partner to make me look good or whatever. That's very different, right? We understand that. So basically, I feel like as long as whatever you want in a soulmate, even if you want them, I don't know, to be from planet Mars, whatever it is you desire in a soulmate, in a relationship, it's okay to desire that with a Hierophant card, as long as it's, you know, it's going by your own moral internal code. You have to listen to that. No one has a right to tell you that, oh no, you shouldn't want this, oh you want too much, oh you want this. As long as, again, it's coming from your own soul guidance, you know in your own heart that this is okay. Like, no one can just come in and say, oh no, you should just settle for this or that, or do this and that. Like, I truly believe that. And I don't know why I even opened up this question here, because normally, like, I don't see that kind of stuff in a reading, because maybe in the months of May you will have a conversation with someone where it's going to feel almost like you have to prove yourself. Like, you know how sometimes we have conversations with parents, right? And it feels like we have to almost, like, even when we are adults, if we don't have good boundaries with parents, it's almost like we have to defend our choice. We have to be like, no, but I can have it, I can do it, I can do this job, or I can go to the school, or I can date this person. Because I'm getting that there might be, again, just for some of you, maybe there are some kind of family even gatherings, some kind of gatherings with a lot of people. And you have to be kind of, I don't want to say careful with what you share in terms of your life plans or even relationship plans, because you know how people very often like to project on you what they believe is right, what they think, their own worldview. We all do that, but I think for some people, at least they stop themselves and say, I'm not sure. You make your own choice though, right? But for others, they are completely blind and they just, like, you know, push their own, you know, their own views on you. So you have to be kind of careful in a way, because I'm getting there could be a bit of a situation where it's not really like an argument. That we had Five of Wands here, but it's a little bit, I feel like you don't want to have argument. That's the thing. With the Five of Wands, you want to leave behind any kind of, you know, waste of energy type of situation, because you're all ready to go towards things that excite you rather than waste energy on like stupid stuff. Again, there is a sense here for you guys that in the months of June, or maybe it could even happen like the last few days of May, you're waking up to your life and to your purpose with this renewal of like really being grateful for life, grateful for opportunities you have, and you're willing and ready to do what it takes to make things right in your life, even whatever place you currently are. But there is a sense here with a Hierophant where it's like other people might challenge your beliefs or what you're doing. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe like you're in a certain age and everyone is telling you that, oh, no, at your age, you can only marry somebody who's already been divorced and has kids. And you, let's just say you're like a woman and you want a younger guy, you know, like, and you are like, no, but I dating this and this guy and he's whatever. It could be like 100 million things, you know, whatever makes you feel empowered is usually, you know, an indication, right? You're on the right track. Because when we feel disempowered, this is contraction. When we feel empowered, you know, especially as women, this is expansion. At the end of the day, you're here to expand, you know, in terms of like soul and energy and all of that. So Ace of Cups with the Ace of Swords. It is a new opportunity, again, either to start some new journey with someone or just a breath of fresh air into existing connection that you have. But again, it almost feels like a little bit like you have to defend it for some reason. It's a little strange in terms of defense. Maybe other people feel triggered by your just like you saying no, and other, you know how sometimes, I don't know if you've ever had this, I get so much messages now because I haven't done your reading in like only a week, but they giving me so much information that it's a little, I'm getting a little overwhelmed. Anyway, but you know how sometimes we all had maybe an ex or like a person like this, you say no to people, or you don't, like, let's say you broke up with someone you are not interested in anymore, and these people keep challenging you. They try to tell you, no, you're not going anywhere. You will be mine. You will be with me. It can get crazy, right? Like that. I'm almost getting like there is people you're saying no to in the months of June, but they are almost like wanting to challenge that as well. Like basically you're making choices. You could be even making choice, cutting off one person in favor of other, and another person's not taking this lightly. It could also be, to be honest, maybe just for some of you, there could be some attention that's not so, like maybe you're at your work and there are some people interested in you, but you are not exactly interested in them, and you don't have to explain or apologize to anyone for this kind of choices. Because I'm almost getting that some of you might run into a situation in the months of June where somebody expresses interest in you, maybe like let's just say at work, and let's just say you've been single for a long time, but you are not feeling interested in the person who expresses interest in you, or it's maybe for some of you like even arranged marriage, I don't know, some kind of situation like that. But people are telling you like, but you've been single for so long, or you're this and this age, you should say yes to this person. And again, I feel like this is one of those things where you will have to kind of defend yourself or something, because you cannot let people bully you or tell you what you should do. If you don't like something, if you don't want something, a no is a complete sentence. Because I unfortunately feel there is a little bit of this energy where people try to get to you. Again, even if it's not romantic interest, it could be just people somehow criticizing your choices. So be careful with that. Again, this is unusual for me to get this kind of message, but just wanted to warn you. Okay, let me just see. Card that came up upright was let your friends help you, but it's like half of a deck fell out, so let's just shuffle again. Yeah, and I'm getting almost like anxiety. I feel like you're going to be having a conversation with someone, and it's like in a defensive way, where it's not going to be wrong for you to, like, it's literally your right to be defending yourself and your boundaries, but it's almost going to be feeling, there's going to be a feeling where you feel guilty for doing that. So I don't know if it's maybe with your mom, because you know sometimes like even if you're super, I don't know, enlightened being, when it comes to parents, usually it's like, you know, all your tests are put to limit, could be. But I'm just getting that you're defending yourself and your boundaries and your right to choose something, but you're also feeling very almost like uneasy about it, like you're almost feeling anxious. Again, could have to do something with your like childhood responses, stuff like that. Let me see. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Children, and we have here a retreat. There is a desire for you to, when it comes to your relationship, I'm seeing to go private. So whatever it, like, I don't care if you are single and you're just dating, or single not dating, or in a relationship. I feel like in whatever place you are when it comes to your love and relationship, you really, in the months of June, maybe you never felt this way before, but in the months of June, you are really going to want to take your relationships private, not public. Why? I think because of all of the energy that I just discussed basically. Maybe for some of you, you have an ex that's still stalking and you already happily moved on and the person's like, no, you should be mine or whatever. Or maybe you just have people having a lot of opinions about who you're dating. Maybe you're dating like different culture, different culture or something, but you're conservative and people have a lot to say. Maybe it's like a different ethnicity or race type of situation. I don't know. It's honestly could be a million scenarios here, but it's almost like it's not that you want to hide your relationship or your intimate life or whatever it is. It's not that. It's more like you just don't want to deal with anything. You want to like disconnect. Maybe even for some of you, I'm seeing you're going to take a little vacation, maybe just the two of you, maybe just you going by yourself, like, somewhere. Maybe it's just you also taking time off social media, really something where like your privacy is golden. I remember one time one meditation teacher I had in Bali, he posted something on his Instagram. I think it was something like, offline is the new luxury. If you can like if you can afford to be offline these days, you're the new rich, basically. So something like that. And also now that I'm looking at this card, I'm remembering that I think Venus is going to be in Gemini second half of June. So yeah, especially in the second half of June, when Venus goes into the sign of Gemini, which is your 8th house, there is going to be that desire to be very private, very secretive about your love life, about what you're doing, about your relationship. We also have here children. So for some of you, you could have children. For others of you, it's just children are a big part of also decisions that you are making. So let me just give you an example. It could be, let's say you really wanted children. So you, like, let's just say I had a situation once actually. It was amazing, super hot, super handsome guy. But he had children like very young from first marriage, and now he was kind of just looking to have amazing time with people, which is nothing wrong with it. But I was like looking at it and I'm like, no, I want to have a family. It's not going to work for me. So I had to cut it off very, early on. So it's a very important thing, I think, whether you want to have children or not here, or whether you have children or not, because I do think this is influencing your love life a lot. But we also do have here true love. I'm getting, the way I'm seeing this card in this context is that I feel like you will be very selective. And again, this is the same thing that we've seen with Hierophant and Ace of Cups. You being very selective. You kind of know that you are done wasting time with different situations. And unless it meets all your criteria, all your standards, all your, like what you want basically in a person, you're willing to either just be by yourself, or you, like if let's say you can get what you're looking for. And I'm very sorry, I don't know what the sounds are from the outside. I hope it doesn't bother you. I'm almost finished here, but like, let me just finish this passage. I feel like it's, unless it meets that criteria, you're not gonna go for it. Now, when we go to the extended, what we're gonna look at is basically how your love life, everything in detail about your love life manifesting in June. If you're meeting any new people, if there is any like significant change in your love life in the month of June. Let me take this here. Let me start with it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also, if you have something that you're currently dealing with, maybe a love interest, maybe somebody you're already with, how does this manifest in the month of June? Ouch, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So everyone can watch the extended, both the singles and the couples, because we'll take a look at both. Anyway, this is already, oh my god, 34 minutes. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, all the information about everything in the description box. Link to the extended is going to be in the description box as well. I love you all so much, and we'll talk soon. Bye.